Back in 1993, our little minds were, not quite literally, but figuratively blown off our shoulders by a TV show so radical it was to be the start of a phenomenon. In reality, Power Rangers was nothing new. American producers set out to make a TV show using stock footage from a Japanese show. In fact, most of the footage found in the show after the point at which the Rangers morphed into their spandex armour was ripped straight from the Japanese show. I suppose we should have guessed by the Godzilla-inspired fight scenes. Is that meant to be California? But that didn't matter. Power Rangers was awesome. It didn't matter that pretty much every episode was almost exactly the same. Happy opening scene. Bulk and Skull are funny but bumbly. Rita makes monster. Putties appear. Rangers defeat putties. Monster appears. Monster causes havoc. Rangers investigate. Rangers are no match and need to morph. Rangers beat up Monster. Rita gets upset and makes Monster grow. Zords come. Zords make Megazord. Megazord is rubbish. Megazord needs sword. Sword swoosh. Monster blows up. Happy ending. Rinse and repeat. First 60 episodes in the can. But none of it mattered. We still loved it. We still bought the toys, the VHS tapes, the stickers, and the video games. In fact, one of my most prized possessions is a still-sealed copy of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Game Boy, which is signed by Austin St. John, who played Jason the Red Ranger, David Yost, who played Billy the Blue Ranger, and Walter Emmanuel Jones, who played Zack the Black Ranger. You know, sadly I'll never be able to add Tui Trang, who played Trini the Yellow Ranger, to that list, as she's no longer with us. But Amy Jo Johnson, just, you know, I'm just saying. When you heard that amazing guitar riff and saw Rita being freed from her capsule on the moon, you knew you were in for some crazy shit. It's like the white-hot excitement of the first time we ever played Tetris on the Game Boy. Don't even try to deny it. Power Rangers was awesome, is awesome. Now please, enjoy a picture of a 6-year-old me crudely dressed as the Red Ranger while I prepare the first game.
Oh, cuddly Power Ranger. What did you get?
Oh, for Jason! Yay!
We got lots of Power Rangers.
Thank you!
We start with what's often considered to be the best in the bunch, with Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Super Nintendo. And first off, kudos to whoever managed to cram the Power Rangers theme tune into 16-bit goodness. I guess this is basically a poor attempt at Streets of Rage. Was that a dagger? When did the Putty Patrol ever have daggers? To be honest, this game doesn't really know what it is. There's beat-em-up sections, there's platforming sections, there's fighting sections. Okay, that's me tagged out. I mean, it's not a bad game, but like most licensed titles, it's not really faithful to the material. It's just a repackaged version of other things that never really feels like a Power Rangers game. Fortunately, that wasn't the only Power Rangers game released on the Super Nintendo. There was also Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Fighting Edition. Thunder Mega Tiger... This is Season 2, isn't it? The original Zords were destroyed and their salvage parts used to make the Thunder Zords at the start of Season 2. Well, let's give it a try. It might be good. It's not good. Well, no, it's okay, but if I'd paid 30 to 40 quid for this back in 1995, I'd probably be as pissed off as Boogie back there. I don't get it. Licensed Super Nintendo games have the ability to be good as long as the developers put some effort into it. You only need to look at some of the Disney games that were released back then to see that it could be done. Technically speaking, there was also an NES Power Rangers game. Well, sort of, anyway. You see, the Power Rangers that we all know and love is actually based on a Japanese show, and if you thought the American show was cheesy, oh, you are in for a treat. Now when I say based on, the American show wrote its own stories more or less, but used stock footage from the Japanese show during the fight sequences, and the Japanese show was running for a long time before the US version ever made it to air. So, let's play Kyōryū Sentai Zyuranger on the Famicom. Who is that? Is that meant to be Zordon? Or did he just say boy? Ah, the Yellow Ranger is called Boy, and is actually a boy in this version. So either Trini had a boyish figure, or Boy had a feminine figure. Either way, that's messing with the 4-year-old inside of me. The metaphorical, stop it. So basically, Rita is trying to trap children. That's something that didn't really carry over to the US show, because, you know, paedophiles. Why the snakes? Why the... everything? You start off using the blaster before swapping it for each ranger's legendary weapon, which weren't really utilised in the American version of the TV show very often. And while they are cool, swapping a long-range weapon for a melee weapon is hardly an upgrade. The weirdest parts come when the Dragon Ranger challenges you to mini-games between stages. It's not a bad game, but fans of the US show probably won't know what's going on. The Japanese show has different characters, different story arcs, although this game was hacked to add local content such as Zordon, so if you're a fan of the show and you want to play this game, I'd recommend playing that one instead. Well, Nintendo was a bust. Let's see if the Mega Drive fared any better. Power Rangers! Whoa, what happened there? This doesn't... Well, this is different. I'm a Power Ranger fighting a Minotaur on the Brooklyn Bridge. I see. It's one of those games. That's fine, I can do this. But I'm going to need some help with this one. You know what that means. I've always wanted to do this. It's Morphin time! Pomelo fish! Seriously? Seriously? This is the budget that we're working to? Do you know how long it took me to make those graphics? Do you know how long I wanted to do a morph sequence? I know it's called a morph suit, but it's shit. I mean, it doesn't even... No, you know what? It's fine. It's fine, I'll make it work. But next time, we're living out one of my childhood fantasies. We're doing it right, okay? I don't care if I have to genetically engineer the Pokemon myself. I'll do it. But Amy Jo, seriously, you know, I'm just saying. This is awful. I mean, I get it, the TV show ultimately ends in a fight scene, but why am I fighting a Minotaur? Oh. Because Japan. Oh great, I'm dead. Oh my god. I don't remember the episode where they all got condemned to hell. Continue? You know. I'm just putting it out there. I think I'm pulling this off. I mean, I'm no Sapphire Alice, but I mean, then who is? Thankfully, as the TV adverts at the time will tell you, there are a few more Power Rangers games released on SEGA systems.
I must have that new SEGA Power Rangers game! SEGA!
Power Rangers for Sega Genesis, also available for GameGear and Sega CD, all sold separately.
So we move on to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Game Gear, and I'm just going to put it out there straight away. I think this version is going to be better than the Mega Drive version. I mean, just take a listen to that theme tune. Again, this is a completely different game. It actually combines gameplay from the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive version. There's a beat 'em up mode, but there's also a fighting mode. The only strange thing is that it randomizes the fighters, so you could end up fighting another Ranger. Let's start with story mode, and straight away there's a villain we recognise from the TV show. And not even an obscure one either. Sphinx is from episode 4 of the first season. Jason's ready for fisticuffs. Again, I don't really know why I'm alone, but at least the combat feels tight. And once you work through the barrage of Putty Patrol, you take on Guldar, again a recognisable character. This is actually looking pretty good, and it's a handheld. Once you defeat the monster, Rita gets angry and makes him grow, so the Rangers need to call for help from the Zords, forming Megazord and entering a new fight sequence against a grown Guldar and Sphinx. Just like the TV show. Rita throws wands, Sphinx and Guldar grow, Jason is no match and needs Megazord to defeat them. This is ridiculous. Not only is the Game Gear version a good game, but it's better and more accurate to the TV show than the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive versions. I never had a Game Gear growing up, which is a shame because this is the game that I would have wanted, but surely my precious Game Boy game can match up. It's another beat 'em up, but the Putty Patrol moves so quickly it's almost impossible to hit them in time before they hit you. Was that a bomb? Did the people of this town seriously just drop a bomb on the hero? As soon as your power runs out, that's it. Game over, no continue. Being an arcade-style game, I guess the point of this is to try and keep you playing and playing until you eventually succeed, but the thing is, you don't want to keep playing. It's useless. It's okay though. No, it's okay. Because I'm bringing out the big guns. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the Tiger LCD game. Oh yeah, I'm going there. I immediately regret going there. Actually, to give it its dues, it's actually one of the better Tiger LCD games. I mean, that's not saying much, but it's something, I guess, right? If you persevere at least until the boss fight, you get to see a somewhat recognisable character from the TV show, a certain Mr. Pudgy Pig, who appears in a number of episodes and is directly referred to in the original TV ad.
When you get the game, you've got the power. With Tiger's new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers handheld game, you can pulverize the Putty Patrol.
Yes! Now they're Mudman.
When you've got the power, you can pound that pig.
Take that, Porkchop.
And give Guldar grief.
Huh? Yeah! It's Morphin time! Your Megazord Mash!
Hang on, what did he say?
Your Megazord Mash!
Megazoid? Okay, either this kid didn't read the script or he was so bad at delivering his lines they just did 20 takes and eventually said, F that'll do. Now there was actually another Power Rangers Tiger LCD game, this time on the very short-lived VRTX or Vertex. This was released alongside the R-Zone as Tiger attempted to keep up with Nintendo and the Virtual Boy. For some reason. If you think the Virtual Boy was short-lived, it has nothing on the R-Zone and the Vertex. There were 4 different pieces of hardware released in just 2 years, none of them selling well. And fortunately or unfortunately as it may be, we never really got them in the UK, and their scarcity means that the price of being able to ship one here just for the purpose of this video is way too high. But speaking of the Virtual Boy, there was actually a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers game planned. It was listed in a number of magazines as a game to expect soon, but it never really surfaced. Well, that was a bit of a long shot anyway. But I have one more. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers on the Mega CD, or SEGA CD, it's the same thing.
Welcome, humans.
So who are you?
Oh, I recognise this. It's the first episode. Wait, what? QuickTime events? Seriously? QuickTime events? This can't be it. There must be more. Oh, but there's not. The entire game is essentially one long episode. In fact, it's not even an exclusive episode. It's a mix of episode 1 and then it chops and changes bits from the Green with Evil serial in which we're introduced to Tommy and his journey into becoming the Green Ranger. The biggest problem with this game is there's a total of 10 levels, but some are locked out depending on what difficulty you choose. Levels 6 and 7 become available on normal and hard mode, but levels 8, 9 and 10 are playable only on hard mode. So not only are the levels bad, but you can't even play them all without cranking the difficulty up. Well, I guess that's it. I guess I'm just not cut out to be a Power Ranger. But you know what? There's only one way to end this video.
We need the power sword now!
If you've been watching this video and thinking, well, that's all well and good, but who the hell is this guy? You can click on the video that's on the screen now, and that should give you some answers. And while you're there, you can check out some of our Totally Motors videos too. And also, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we've got some exciting videos coming up, and we'd hate for you to miss them.